This time, it wasn't just a feeling. It was a memory. Had I been here before? Was I a part of the puzzle? This man, Thomas, was he a part of my own past? And then something clicked. That girl. It's me. But it looks like it was taken here, at Neva. Shit. The red house. Whatever it is, I can feel it out there. Like it's calling out to me. There. In the woods.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to The Medium. So previously, we got to explore the day room of the Neva Resort, and we had quite a lot dropped on us. Not just information-wise, but some heavy content within that information. So we learned a bit more about Thomas and Sadness, aka Lily, his daughter. And we learned a lot of this by pursuing the name Richard. So before we entered the day room, Sadness had essentially said to go look for Richard. He might know something, and then she kind of shied away from the idea of him. So, setting quite a vibe there. I think I hear an echo. Let me get that before I...
How is he? No, don't put him on. I'm still at work. Just tell me if he's okay. All right. Tell him I'll be back soon.
This one felt subdued. Like if someone lit a match in a giant freezer.
So the things we learned, kind of takeaway messages. We learned that Thomas had a mentor named Richard. That's who the individual was. Richard was I would assume a professor of liberal arts at a university, and saw that Thomas had a lot of potential as an artist, and wanted him to go to university as well, and kind of acted as his mentor. Thomas did go, as far as I'm aware, but went more towards architecture, which explains why he had designed this place, or at least I believe it was architecture. And Richard and Thomas had a pretty close bond, early on at least. Richard had kind of saw that Thomas was building a relationship with a woman who he eventually married, and knew that they, would eventually, kind of, for lack of a better word, their friendship was going to kind of dissipate to some extent. But we learned about Thomas from that Thomas married, had a daughter named Lillian, or Lily for short, who we also figured out was Sadness, the spirit girl that we've been seeing here. And Somewhere down the road after that, we learned that Richard was kind of kicked out of the university. We don't really know why. And so Thomas invited him here to Neva as kind of a home for him because, like I said, he was his mentor, so he was a good friend of his in a way. And that's the relationship between them. And this is, of course, before the Neva massacre. But what he didn't anticipate is that Richard took a very uncomfortable and disturbing amount of interest in his 13-year-old daughter, which is why I kind of put up the content warning for this game.
It sounded familiar somehow. Something from my early childhood, maybe? Was it even a place? Or something else entirely?
Rare tree exhibit, landscape trail. Let's see the exhibit. And so that's the relationship between them and kind of how it ended. So, disturbing. But in that process, when Thomas figured this out and eventually confronted Richard, we got to experience something a little bit different for us, which was essentially a memory. So, previously we've been hearing echoes pretty frequently here. We've been experiencing memory shards less frequent. This we got to actually fully live a memory, and we got to actually play as Thomas, sort of. So Thomas, we learned in this, and they kind of hinted at this with Thomas as Richard had made some comments about Thomas being, getting inspiration that sounded something of the spirit world. And which kind of hinted at the idea that he might be a medium like us, which would potentially explain a connection between us and why he called us here. But it kind of explained, or kind of came to fruition in the rest of that memory, that he was a lot more like us than we thought. Down to the point that he is a full medium. He does have powers. He can, I would assume, help people cross over, kind of how we do. Except that, that's not exactly what he was doing for Richard. He wanted to confront Richard and make him suffer for what he had done, which I very much agree with him on that. Now, in Richard's memory, we got to see what turned him into basically becoming a child predator, which was kind of grounded in his past. And I did get the timeline right previously, because I was talking about how I was assuming this timeline based on the symbolism. We found some symbolism and some suggestion around in the memory that suggested that Richard was, as a young boy, he had developed a connection with a Jewish girl, and this is at the time of World War II, around that time, and I did get that timeline right. I did check on it, because, like I said, I really wasn't sure on that. But I did get that right. I don't know much about Polish history, so I don't know where this fits in with that as well. Now, I was thinking, so we knew that Richard had a connection with this girl at this younger age. We learned that his father was in the military.
Another one.
And
it looks like it rotted from the inside.
His father had died in the war, and his mother, I think, remarried or had a boyfriend. I assume remarried, because they referred to him as stepfather, who was abusive to both of them, and he was an alcoholic. And essentially Richard at some point did kind of fight back against him and hurt him, but eventually the Jewish girl ended up being killed.
These animals, they look used up. Like something sucked the life out of them.
The Jewish girl had been killed along with the stepfather at some point. And if you read the documents, I was a little bit off on that. I was kind of under the assumption that maybe the family was originally housing refugees or just people that were trying to avoid being caught. But I don't think I was quite right on that case. I think I was a little bit off in some of that. I don't think it was refugees, and I don't think it was families. I think it was just the girl. And I think that had a lot more to do with just the son and the stepdad.
Oh!
Upper.
You scared the shit out of me, little buddy.
This does lead us to another postcard.
What you got there? Oh, hey! Wait!
Of course we're gonna follow the dog, right? Okay, so there is actually something to look for on the right side. That's just mean. Why would you put it in the way the dog's not? I'll be back, Puffer, don't worry. So anyways, I think the reality of what was actually happening was Richard just happened to be taking care of a Jewish girl at a bad time. Because of the abusive stepfather, the mother actually called it in with the idea of having him taken away. And there's some notes she left about how he's going to be gone at this time. These people are going to come. So she kind of reported him as harboring fugitives, essentially, because this must have been wherever he's from at this point. This must have been on the Nazi side of the war.
So,
and I did.
There I was, following my new best friend, hoping he wasn't as lost as I was. I remember thinking he could lead me to his owner. In a way, I guess he did.
I did some reading on just a little bit on the game on this timeline, and it did say that one of the reasons they kind of chose this timeline was to kind of discuss or look at a time when Poland was transitioning from a communist society to a democratic one, and so that would kind of explain why that was a thing. Now, I do believe we have another postcard over here. Let me see. I think it's at the camp up ahead. And so I think that was just the mother calling in about the girl so that they would take care of the stepfather, which they did.
What is it, boy? You want to show me something? Shaving tools, towels, grease. Everything an elegant Sasquatch needs. What's wrong, buddy?
I'm coming, Pupper, don't worry.
Oh, let's see what we got here.
Oh, okay.
Yummy.
He wants dog chow. Can I feed him? This game's letting me feed animals twice. This is immediately a 10 out of 10 game.
There you go. Eat up, champ.
Yeah, so essentially they called in some... She reported them... reported the stepfather for housing Jewish people. I don't think he was. I think it was just the girl, and it wasn't the father. It was the boy. It was Richard that was helping her, and they ended up killing the stepfather and Rose, the Jewish girl, which is kind of
scent? Hey.
which is supposedly what brought out this demon in Richard that we know as the Child Eater, the one that Marianne just sent away. So that's a lot of like deep deep content
Anyone
there.
in there? What's wrong, boy? Is someone in there?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Francis?
Hello?
I wish I could see you again.
He's alive?
I miss you so much. Why did I stay? Why did I let it out? They're all dead. Because of me.
What the hell?
And I'm still here. I shouldn't be.
Hey. You alright in there?
You shouldn't be here. I can see you. And that means it can see you too.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. Don't go. No, 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 no. There's a postcard here I didn't get.
Oh, of course. What else did you expect, Marianne?
So he is dead. Okay, okay, so there's a postcard here. I want to make sure I didn't miss it.
Still warm.
Okay, so Francis I don't know much about at this point. There are certain characters from this game I remember from past playthroughs, and some I do not. I don't remember the name Francis beyond the echoes. There we are. So that's essentially the story of Richard and what made him into a child predator, essentially. And the child eater was the demon that was supposedly created in him, within him. So when Thomas in the memory kind of went through all this, and he was basically what he did to him, and I know this comes up later, they'll explain this a little bit more. Basically, Richard ended up in a coma after he kind of did what Marianne does. So Marianne, when she says their name, and she knows the person, and she says their name, it sends them onto the other side. But in the case of Thomas, the child eater had referred to him as somebody who breaks souls, and so he didn't quite send him on his way entirely. He actually ended up putting him into the state he was in. And if you look at the echoes, or sorry, not the echoes, the memory the memory shards that we were looking at previously, one of them says, "You found him like this," and I assumed he was dead. He was not dead. He was in a coma. So Richard did not die there. All right, so what do we got here? We got a
I think that's him. After they closed down the resort,
staff
did he
photo.
just stay behind? What is it, boy? Was he your friend?
Postcard. And so that's why that was so important, though. We have backstory now on Lily, and this will come up again because I do believe that's directly connected to her. Lily/Sadness. Keep in mind that's the same person. And then there's the, again, Lily sent us there. There's a reason that she shied away from that after she started remembering things. And then there's the side on Thomas, and now we know a little bit more about Thomas because of this.
He looks drained, rotted out from within. Just like those animals I saw earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yes, don't look good. So what we're doing now, essentially, is, as noted in the beginning, Marianne found a photo of herself here at Neva that looks like it was taken here. So she has a connection to this place. So when Thomas called us, even though she didn't know who he was, and she knew what this place was because of the Neva massacre, but I don't think she knew much about it. But now she realizes that she does have a connection to it, So, what is her connection to Thomas is the next question. And the Child Eater recognized us as the girl from the Red House, which is why we're looking for the Red House.
Easy, boy. What is it?
Nothing good. You heard what he just said.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's that thing again.
Yep.
No! Stay!
Francis, I won, but then I outgrew him. Why not? I won. Nothing fits. Wouldn't you? Special girl.
Stay the fuck away from me!
Let me try you on.
No.
Broken record.
Let's not. Oh, don't put me in control. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Please.
I can't see anything, he's getting in the way. Oh, this is terrifying. Oh god, the road is just gone. Look, you stop talking about wearing me and I'll consider stopping. Oh, this is disorienting.
Skin suit.
No, I'm not a skin suit. I'm not clothing.
Pretty little skin suit.
No. Oh, the road's gone again. Oh, no!
Tiny little skin suit.
Oh, this is really disorienting.
Don't leave me here.
Oh. Jeebus.
Did I lose it?
Sure hope
Is it
so.
gone?
Oh, man. That thing is so unsettling. So, as... we still don't know exactly where that thing came from. Or what it is. This is not... I hope this isn't motion control, because I turned that off. Jack.
What? Who's there?
Yeah, that's Jack.
You promise.
Why are you here?
No risky stuff, eh?
This isn't real. It can't be.
Why is Jack
Jack?
here? So recalling back to the first part of this, Jack was her, I would assume, adoptive father. She doesn't refer to him as dad. And that is his tie.
Is that? No.
The one we put on
can't
him
be.
before sending him away. That's literally the first thing we did in this game. Okay. makes you question, did we send him on? He shouldn't be here.
You're not him. You're not him.
I'll say that can't be.
Where have you sent me?
I hope.
I've helped you pass on.
I shouldn't be here, Marianne.
No, you shouldn't.
It's all your fault.
Jack?
It's too late, Marianne. It's all over. It all ends.
That's creepy.
In me!
Oh! Oh, no, 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 no.
What did you do?
Oh, Jeebus.
You sent them away.
Go, 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 go. Oh, oh, bad. No, 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 no.
Okay, Marianne. This might hold it for months. Move
Oh,
your ass.
yeah, things you forget about. And oh, okay, wait. I need to get over there, don't I? Okay. I wonder if I don't do that, if he would actually break through and grab me. Hey, I have just the tool for that. Okay, I sort of remember this place. I think we
Locked
need
down tight.
to...
I think there's a lever missing.
Yeah.
A generator.
I think we need to fire up the Jenny.
Wonder if it still works.
Okay, gas
Of course it doesn't.
and a button.
I think it's out of gas.
And we need a lever. So we need gas and we need a lever. I have plenty of gas, so it's just not the kind that's going to get that thing going. Oh, there we go. Is it empty? Gas canister. I'm assuming it's not. How long has it been since I last played of this? Winter break, December.
Come on, Bolt. Don't fail me now. Fuck, that was loud.
I think it's been longer since I've watched a playthrough of this. It's amazing what you miss when you don't actually play the game yourself, too. I felt like I understood the story to this so much better after I played it myself versus watching other people play it. Oh, that's great. That's just great. Okay.
I can hear you up there. Why don't you come down?
I don't like the fact that I can't see him.
Where do they found? All your friends are here.
Alright. I also like the fact that he knows I'm here. No, no. Okay, I don't know how to balance here. I'm just lightly pushing forward here. Because when I push forward too hard, it seems like she loses her balance. No. No. Come on. Haul it. I could get over that quicker. I'm afraid of heights.
Shit.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Play with me.
No. Oh my god, really?
We'll play dress up.
No. Your idea of dress up.
Dress. I'll hold you down. Nice.
Can I get up behind him? Not.
Spread you out. Nice.
I do not like the sound of that.
Then we'll put you on.
Oh.
Wear you out.
How did he not see me there? Can he not see me either? Why am I getting closer to him? I know why, but... Oof.
That's my way out. Not with that thing in my way.
Well, the reality of it is, I only saw one path forward there.
Why did you send him here? Why? Why? He must have done something nasty. Did he want you? Was he
Did they ever... Did they ever say... I don't think they ever said how Jack died. They talked about his surgery. And I don't remember if the dates lined up correctly or not with that. But I'm assuming he probably died during the surgery.
At least this could come in handy.
Yeah. I have an idea.
Is that what you're afraid of?
Uh-huh. I have an idea.
I'm almost back at the generator.
Yeah, now I hope there's gas in the thing, because I didn't find no gas. I found a gas canister. I'm just hoping there's gas in it. I guess the question is, how long has that gas been sitting there? Because gasoline doesn't last that long. Less than a year, I believe. And it might still ignite something after that, but...
Yes. fits.
Okay.
Okay. The gate's open. Now let's get rid of that fucking thing.
Looks like I can push this. Why am I pushing it?
There you are.
Okay. It's still down there. Let's do something about it.
Come to me.
Shut your fucking mouth! Yes! Burn, you twisted fucking bitch!
So that worked. That's what I'm taking away from that. Can we walk through that? I'm not sure how we're getting out of here.
God, I hope this is over.
Yeah, that is the reason we're doing this, right? To get through this place. What is this place? Like, why is this here? Why are there ruins and just like here? Okay. Okay, so we're back out in the woods. It's better than where we were.
What is that? Sounds like...
I would like you to finish that sentence. There she is.
Sadness? Sadness, is that you?
Hi, Marianne. Did you find what you were looking for?
I was hoping you could tell me. Sadness. I need you to focus. Think back to as far as you can remember. What do you see?
Is this a game?
I'm afraid not, hon. This is important. Listen. I know what Richard did. Was he the one keeping you here?
Marianne!
It's okay. I've sent him away. He's gone forever. Lily.
Lily? Lily.
That used to be your name. Do you remember? All that's happened. Your father. You remember him?
I remember. Mommy. Oh, she was so pretty. But so sad. Just like you.
It must be nice to remember your mommy. I never met my parents. We were in an accident when I was very little. I was the only one who made it. It was really lonely without them.
I know what that's like. Ever since my friends. This is a lonely place, Marianne. I shouldn't be here.
Maybe you'd be better off somewhere else. Maybe I could...
Send me away? No, Marianne. I can't leave. Not yet.
But why? Aren't you afraid of the monster?
I am. But it doesn't need me anymore. It wants you. And when it breaks you, when it puts you on, it'll finally be able to leave this place. But it will never be full. It will never stop killing.
Then let me send you away, so we can both leave. Now that you remember who you are, I can...
No, Marianne. It's not just about me. It's you. You have to remember the dream, the fire, the red house.
What? Wait! No, what is the red house?
You were there, Marianne. With me. You were always with me. I'm so sorry.
Lily? Oh, shit. Gone. Just when I thought I could finally send her away. Thomas? I really hope you're still out here. Because I'm running out of options.
Right, so we did learn something from that interaction with Sadness. She knows who we are. She knows more than what we thought she did.
All right, Richard. It's just you and me. We're gonna have a nice chat. Hey. Hey! He really messed you up, didn't he? In ways no one else could.
He tried to get to Richard, too. Didn't realize he was no longer there.
The clot thickens. Okay, that's a tool shed. I can hear it. Is it over here? Yeah. Yes.
Now, here's a hard-working man who could probably use a well-deserved smoke. It's Francis, right?
Excuse me, but, who are you exactly?
Oh, just a guy looking to do the right thing. I imagine some would call me a patriot. Are you a patriot, Francis?
Patriot, huh? I imagine others would call you something else entirely.
Yeah, some words come to mind. None of them good. Can I charge my... I can.
The spark's too weak to absorb. It's like it's missing something.
Okay, I can hear it already.
Are you looking for this, little girl?
I'm sorry, but, Father doesn't like it when I talk to strangers.
Smart man. He's the manager around here, right? Would you happen to know where he is? I'd love to have a word with him.
Go away, or I'll scream.
Clever girl.
Hmm. Hell's Angel. Huh. Okay. So in the garage.
Thomas. You were here. This was your place.
Yeah, so the red house
What the hell happened here?
probably Thomas's home.
July 27th, 1983. The Gemini case. The investigation is moving along, but I think Rekovich is starting to suspect something. Need to move fast. Tonight's the night.
So they knew about Thomas.
Apparently.
But how much, exactly? And who the hell were they?
Okay.
Oh, hey, a eunuch. Someone's got good taste.
So Thomas is also a biker. Of course, you could draw that from the photo, but keep in mind, Marianne is too.
Well, you're one to talk. This was your bright idea. No, they're already on to us. That son of a bitch is one of them. I can feel it. Fine, we'll make sure. Come on. It's almost on.
One of them? Who were you running from, Thomas?
Yeah, so he did know. He's being investigated by somebody. Something broken. Richard, how could you do it? How the fuck could anyone do such a thing? Pardon my English accent. I guess deep down I always knew there was something broken inside you. But this... One thing's for certain. Whatever he did to you, whatever we did to you, you got what you fucking deserved. Pardon my English accent. Thomas does have a way with words. Let's see. Looks like there should be something around. Not that. Not quite yet. Okay. I think I may have gotten everything. What did I get over here? Yeah. Okay. That's what it was. That's what I was looking for. Alright, I think we...
This looks like it could lift a pound or two.
Yeah.
It's missing a handle, though.
Yeah, so we gotta find the handle.
Power's out.
So what's down here?
There's something under that engine. If only I could lift it somehow.
Bet that's a jack. Okay, so we have a huge opening in the garage door in the spirit world, so let's out-of-body this. And that must be the red house. So Lily was here, and he was looking for Thomas here, so this is gotta be Thomas's home. I guess we spent so much time, you know, he worked at Neva, he didn't live there. He just lives on the property. But who's investigating him? Okay. So we probably need to power... I don't think I have enough energy to exactly hit that. What's this over here? Can I get over there? I'm getting quite a distance away, and it's not letting me go very quick. I don't think I can use that. Okay, that's not gonna work. We need to get the... Wait. Why? 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 Okay. And that is the cassette player. So how do we get the power on if I can't... Oh, you know what? That's why. The doll. There we go. There we go. That makes more sense. Uh-huh. Okay. Now we can climb up there. Now we got this.
There we go.
It's not gonna fall, is it? That didn't last long. Okay. Oh yeah, the jack's actually in there. Derp. There's the jack handle. That makes sense. All right.
Was this the red house? It was
Did believe
then
so.
I knew. This was the place. The answers were right in front of me, buried among the ashes. There's gotta be something left.
That's such a cool shot, if you ask me. Okay. So, we've got a memory shard here. Probably some other things too. Not sure exactly where. Oh, this is it.
You think you're tough? When you hear them squeal and you smell their bodies burning, you'll tell me everything. You'll beg me to listen.
God. There were children inside? Was she? Was I?
Okay. This is actually, I believe, looks like it's the last memory shard in the game. Somewhere over here. There it is. Did I walk past it? I did.
Goddamn freaks. You think you're so special? You'll burn just like the rest of us.
Jesus. Who the fuck is that guy?
burning.
This place.
Huh.
It never stopped burning.
Oh. Okay. Not quite sure what to do about that. It doesn't want me getting close. What? What if? Okay. No. 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 Okay. Don't try that. Don't walk into the burning house. Even in the spirit world, burning is bad. Got it. Lesson learned. Okay, is there a way to put that out? Oh. The lighter.
Okay, let's see who you really are. You fuck. Not uptight, huh? You wanna give it a go? Be my guest. Nah, this one's all yours. I like to think I'm more of the brains of the operation. Yeah, I got an idea. Why don't we... or that. Yeah, or two, I guess. Right. What do we have here? Fuck. I knew he was trouble. Security service. That little shit.
That's no way to talk about a government agent, comrade.
So he's a spy. Of sort.
Wake up, comrade. Socialism ain't gonna build itself.
Fuck. You don't know who you're messing with, kid.
Oh, but I do. I've spent a lot of time getting to know you, Thomas. In fact, you're kind of a pet project of mine.
Oh, yeah? What's my Speedo size?
Funny guy.
Hello, Thomas.
I love this one. You like it too, comrade?
Fuck you.
Let's play a game. It's called What Makes Thomas Tick? So, the Nazis found you in Warsaw when you were, what, 3 years old? Oh, they were gonna kill you, but they didn't. No, they saw your potential and wanted to harness it. But then... poof. The war's over. In comes the heroic Red Army, and...
They locked me up for years. Fucking savages.
they do important scientific research. Find out what it is that makes you special. And what is that exactly?
Ask your mom.
You enjoy it, don't you? Hurting people like those scientists. What were you? 18? I saw the photographs. I know how to make a man hurt, but I gotta say, I was impressed.
Stick around. I'll give you a live demonstration.
And there you were, free at last, but always on the run. And look at you, you almost made it. But you had to use this power of yours again. And on who? On your best friend, Richard.
He had it coming.
Yes. I know you wanted revenge, I understand. I would do anything for my child, too. Whatever it takes.
Leave my children out of this.
Children. Yes.
Children, plural.
How much pain would you endure to keep them safe? What would you sacrifice for them? Your freedom, maybe?
Let me go, you piece of shit!
That's what I thought. I'll let you go. But first, I want you to tell me all about these powers of yours.
Then earn it! Come on! Enough of this sissy shit! Hit me!
I thought you'd never ask. Get some rest, Thomas. The next time you wake up, the real pain begins. Wake up, sleepyhead. Time's running out.
What did you do?
Here. See yourself.
No! You sick fuck! Let me out of here! Let me out!
They're still in there, Thomas. You show me now.
I will, Conrad. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
Fucking finally. I thought he'd never give us a chance. Okay, gotta move fast. Thankfully, this place has a way of messing with the time flow. I still got a chance to save them. All work and no play, are you, Henry?
Okay, so Henry.
Right. Let's see what makes you tick.
So Henry's a Russian spy, I do believe. And he wasn't just being pursued by the Russians, but the Nazis as well.
No way across. Guess I'll just make my own.
What did they call them again? Red something? The Red Army?
Fuck. I'm not alone in here.
I don't know much about that either, that part of history. Holy shit. So what he did to Richard is what got their attention. Yeah, the Soviets are called the Red Army. Thank you. That's when the Soviets were... Is that when the Soviets were still allied with... Were they allied with the Germans at that time? History's not my strong suit. I don't know if they were allies or enemies. The only thing I know about the Red Army is what I learned from Metro, which is not much. And I think they were enemies of each other. If I remember. But I don't know how, historically accurate that is in the future, so... But anyway, so he's being pursued by two factions. Those from Nazi Germany and those from, I would assume Henry's working for the Russians, based on that. I know that I've seen the name of the group he works for, I just don't know how to pronounce it.
There you are. At least the part of you I'm after.
Yeah, okay. At the end, the Soviets were aligned with the U.S. and Britain. Okay, that's what I thought. And the way he was saying that, he said the Red Army rolled in. Case file. Codename Butcher. Suspect Jacob Wilk. Suspected of theft, fraud, illegal trade, investigation. Or investigator Henry Wilk. Okay. Senior Constable. So, is there a relationship there? That's disturbing. Actually, is there anything else I can look at there? Tape, I think that's important. So, Metro must have been playing into reality there then. I've only played the first one.
Do you know why you're here?
I'm not playing your games, Henry.
Don't call me that. The agency was led to believe you've been stealing meat from the working people of the Republic.
Where would they get that idea, I wonder?
You've been a very bad boy.
Let's just get this over with.
Given your line of work, you had ample opportunity to commit your crime. It is a crime against the people. Punishable by death. Anything to say in your defense?
I'm sorry, Henry.
Okay, so you said the Soviets liberated Poland and then forced Soviet communism on them, which would match up with this timeline because in the modern timeline, I believe it's in the 90s where this game is set in the modern timeline, at the time where Poland was, I think, had switched over to a democratic system. I think that's where that falls. Because I know this goes into that past. I think we're going this way. So that would fit. So I'm getting a nice history lesson out of this game. That's amazing. I do kind of look at the idea that they all have like no accent whatsoever. They were originally planning to do voiceovers, which I think would have been kind of cool, but they said it fell through because of the pandemic. It fell through, which is unfortunate. Looks kind of like a big doggo. Not cool. I do like the use of quotes on the word liberated. Very fitting. Of course, hence the forced photo of the communism. Ration stamps. Yeah, it would also explain. This is just after. This timeline for Thomas would be just after the World War. And I probably don't think I have the power to do this.
Where are you, boy?
Oh, that's not good. Okay. How am I supposed to... You still... Yes, you're still there. What am I supposed to do? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Can I, like, walk through this? No. Do I need to go back? I have a feeling I'm not supposed to get caught in that light. It's giving me time, though. Do I have to run across the... Wait for it to come back over here. What if I go over here? Can I climb?
Don't you hide from me!
Maybe the light can't do
Bad
anything.
boy!
Okay, so the light's not doing much. So far. I still feel like I'm not supposed to get caught in it.
Where are you, boy? There you are!
Yeah, it's doing something to me. I don't know what exactly.
Bad boy! Shit!
Yeah, it's doing something. I wonder if I'm in the light long enough and if it will, kill me. Henry seems like a real piece of work. Do I stop that or just walk through? I just put 2 and 2 together that his nickname is the Butcher, and we're in a butcher shop. The symbolism is strong. Do I go? Oh, I can go across. Okay. All right. So kind of like with... I'm not seeing anything to interact with. Kind of like with Richard, we're kind of getting some insight into this guy. Let's see. Is that it? Am I supposed to... Oh. Okay. Anything else? See. Yes. That's what I needed. Okay. Back across, or can I go through? Aha. Thank you. Let's see. Straight, I assume.
Where are you, boy?
That wasn't a climb up, that was a climb down.
Steady hand, even motions against the grain. Always against.
Was that covered in skin? I believe it was.
Steady hand, even motions against the grain. Always against, never with. Always against, never. Steady hand, even motions against the grain. Always against, never with. Always against, never with.
So we're back in the interrogation area.
That's good. See how easy it is when you do as you're told?
Except now we can walk inside. 2 words, patriotism stronger than blood. Not often do we see patriotism of such quality as was displayed during these past weeks by Senior Constable Henry Wilk, a simple officer of the Civic Police. Wilk showed his commitment to building a righteous tomorrow of the People's Republic by rejecting the shackles of his criminal kinship. His daring investigation into the infamous meat scandal led to a number of arrests, including one Jacob Wilk, Henry's own father. So he turned his own father in. The irregularities uncovered by Officer Wilk included corruption, theft of high-quality meat products and replacing them with lesser ones. Apart from Jacob Wilk, numerous other culprits have been apprehended, including 4 directors of the socialized meat trade and several store managers. Trial is to commence this coming Thursday, and if the accused are found guilty of their crimes, they will most likely face execution by hanging. We asked for comment, or when asked for comment, Officer Henry Wilk's response was simple. I only did what felt just. Truly, the words of a patriot. Okay. That's dark. Okay, and that's his identity card. Okay, so identity card. Okay, it was issued in 1979, expires in 1990, which I think the game takes place close to the modern day is close to 1990, if I'm not mistaken. I don't recall ever seeing a date early on where I could determine that. Ministry of International Affairs, Henry Wilk, agent of the Security Service. So, interesting. Okay, and I'm assuming we're gonna have another recording to listen to. There you are. These are kind of cool. Not gonna lie, I like retro stuff like this.
Vilk, is it? Henry Vilk?
Oh, yeah, I was pronouncing that wrong. Sorry.
What's this about?
Straight to the point. No fear, no hesitation.
If you wanted me dead, I'd be dead already. So, what do you want?
I want to offer you a job.
I'm listening.
I've been doing this a long time. I've come to know people. See what makes them tick. See their potential.
Agreed. On one condition.
Huh?
The work I do for you, it stays at work.
That's the way we like it.
It has to. If it doesn't, I'm holding you accountable.
Welcome to the family.
Rule of threes again. one more recording. Are we gonna run into the doggo this time? The hellhound. I actually don't remember what it's called. I want to say it's called the Hound or something like that, but... So I guess this will kind of confirm something. If Thomas puts Henry in the similar state, then that means that Marianne should be the one to take care of the Hound. 'Cause she's the one who sends them on. If it follows a similar pattern, that is.
Have you ever heard of Neva?
Special assignment for Major Henry Vilk. A person of interest has been found at the Neva Workers' Resort near Krakow. Local investigators had reported of a strange case involving the painter, classified, which is Richard. The person was found alive, but in a vegetative state. Oh, I said coma. I think vegetative state's different, isn't it? Foul play was suspected, but examination didn't show signs of brain trauma. Possible connection to the Gemini case. Consult the classified files. So, which must go back to when Thomas escaped from the Nazis. Keep it clean, keep it quiet. This is what we've been training you for. You mean burning down the house is considered keeping it quiet? Jesus. Note, I strongly recommend that you acquaint yourself with the Soviet scientist notes we acquired during Classified in 1950. You've been granted access to the archives entry number 1138. This is for your eyes only, Vilk. Dig in. Report to your case officer for further briefing. And he burns the house down. Yeah, that's real quiet.
What's this?
Test subject number 42, session number 42. Test subject, how much you remember that's us. The subject continues to manifest strong supernatural powers. He claims that another, classified, is talking to him, showing visions. Remember, this is what Richard saw when he was painting with him. He could see, he could experience something else. Working theory, suspected connection to classified, which would be probably the spirit world, possibly established as a result of a near-death experience. More tests necessary to confirm the split theory. I wonder if they're thinking of it as a spirit world, or if they're thinking about it as something else. I see the Hound. Big doggo. The big doggo. So let's see if that's how this works. If we follow in suit. Session number 43. Today's session halted prematurely due to an incident in the test chamber. While administering prescribed substances, lead scientist, Dr. Classified, came into skin-to-skin contact with the subject. Classified was prominently hospitalized. Despite showing no signs of physical trauma, he fell into a vegetative state from which he is yet to recover. Further sessions have been halted indefinitely. Now remember, when he was starting to interrogate, when Henry was starting to interrogate Thomas, he put on gloves. I initially was assuming that was to hurt him, But I'm thinking it was to prevent contact, skin-to-skin contact. Because notice when he lit the house on fire and touched him, that's when he got him. That's when he was able to get into his mind here. So those gloves must have been to keep him from physically making that contact. Dago's a bit angry. Okay, session 44. Reminder for today's scheduled session: despite increased dosage, the subject remains extremely dangerous and needs to be restrained, both physically and mentally, for the duration of the test. Heightened security measures apply. It's kind of sick to think that people used to do stuff like this. I kind of wonder how much this still happens today. I shouldn't say used to, because I'm sure this happens, but you know, it was much less regulated in the past. Let's put it that way.
Gotta watch my step.
Yeah, he's kind of big. All right.
Oh. Shit, here he comes. Shit. Almost got me this time.
Big Dago. Can't help but notice that Dago had a skull face. Oh,
Close.
yeah, that was a bit close. I was just gonna say that. I also can't help but notice how this part's a huge library. Probably symbolizing the case files, because that's what we've been finding here.
Where are you?
Our
You
class of...
four-legged fuck.
Oh, Thomas, that mouth. Because he's basically looking through, like, classified files.
Can't get me up here, can you?
Let's not taunt him. Not yet.
There. Got you right where I wanted. Time to put you out of your misery. And stay the fuck down!
I still maintain, though, you're going to send... I maintain that he's going to shatter the spirit of Henry and put him in a vegetative state, so to speak. And then this thing is going to be left behind. Because that's what happened last time. Mom plus daddy plus me. Who... Did he make that? No, he's in a wheelchair, whoever it is.
I'm going away tonight. Business trip, short notice. Couldn't be helped.
Oh, it's his wife, I bet, and child.
Won't you say goodbye to him?
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I have work on my mind.
I see.
And again,
killing
maybe I
people.
should. Do you think I should?
Whatever you wish, dear.
Or I should say, torturing and killing.
Simon? Where are you, boy?
Simon. Was that it? Just the blade?
Dad?
Hey there, champ.
Are you going away again?
Daddy has to go to work. Once I get back, we can go fishing. Now, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I don't think your dad came back.
I don't like it when you go.
I know. But sometimes Daddy needs to work. It's good for all of us. You understand, don't you?
Yes, Father.
Don't worry, kid. This'll all be over soon.
We've said that before. I believe. What is that? The building. There's the kid.
This is it.
You made it. You're just in time.
That's right, kid. Just come to me. I'll put an end to it. I'll set you free.
No, it won't let us leave. The monster, it's...
Don't worry about the monster, kid. I'll deal with it. I'll put it down for good.
Not if it puts you down first.
What did you say?
That's different.
What the hell are you?
What is that?
What were you hoping to find here?
A guilty conscience?
Vulnerable child behind the monster. There is no child. There is only me. Your tricks won't work on me, old man.
They seem to have rattled you. Ooh, nice.
Lily? Marianne?
I remember. It's him. It was always him. Thomas.
Thomas is gone.
You tried to kill us. What did you do to her? What did you do to Lillian?
I was already dead. Your father made sure of that. You didn't know. That's a good one. Little Marianne forgot her own daddy.
Then who was it? Who killed her? I saw her ghost. What happened to her?
It's me. Was it the nurse? The painter? The monster from under the bed? Maybe. It was her own papa.
What the hell are you talking about? He wanted to save us. To save her.
Maybe. In a way, that's exactly what he did.
Fucking madness.
This place. It reeks of it. Madness. Grief. And suffering. They're all around you. Just give it a sniff.
Then it's about time to clean it up. Once and for all.
What are you doing?
I'm sending you where you belong. Henry!
All right, so that is where we are going to close things out. So we had, again, a bit more information thrown at us. So because of events that happened previously with Richard, we're kind of learning a little bit more about the past here in this section. We made our way to the Red House, and we started to learn that because of what Thomas did to Richard, it set things in motion that led to his home being burned down with his children, plural, inside. And so what we kind of got out of that is we started getting these echoes and memory shards with another kind of mysterious person named Henry, who turned out to be working for essentially something like the Secret Service. I don't remember what it was actually called. So basically a spy from the Soviet Union, or I don't know if they went by Soviet Union or Russia at the time. But basically like a Russian spy, and he was picking up, basically because of the state that he left Richard in, that's where they caught wind of who he was. So apparently, as we learned through some of Henry's memories, Thomas was experimented on when he from a pretty young age because of being a medium and the powers he has. And of course, at this point you could probably guess Thomas was not a willing test subject. He's a very you can hear just from the way he talks and the way he acts. He's not a person that's going to go quietly. And so we got to kind of learn that he was tested on because of what he is, and eventually escaped, it sounds like, the Nazis, but he was also being pursued by the Russians as well. So when he was at Neva, after what he did to Richard, that picked up. That's where they picked up on him, and they sent this Henry to investigate. Now Henry, and so as we learned from the memory, Henry, basically the idea was to torture Thomas once he had kind of, because he said he's picking up on who I am, and I need to make this happen now. And he did figure out who he was, but basically Henry kind of set down to torture him, and was going to use his family against him. So he had children. And again, children plural, not just one. And so, and from the documents we were kind of getting out of this, we learned a little bit about Henry. One, that he ended up becoming an agent after, he ended up becoming an agent essentially after turning on his father, who was up to some shady business with a meat company. And I don't know if you'd just call that fraud or what you'd call that, but essentially, scandal in his own family that he kind of put the light on. And so he basically turned his own father in. He had a family, but he which is weird, I think, considering what we know about him, that he has a family. It's like, what are you trying to do, blend in? Because he's not a good person from what we've learned. And so as we were kind of going through his mind, we come across another entity. Previously, with Richard, it was the Child Eater, this thing that was allegedly making him into a child predator. And now we have this Hound, or Big Doggo, as I like to call it. Big Doggo, that's making him what he is. But when we kind of learn a little bit about his childhood with what he did to, not childhood, but his younger years, when he was working for law enforcement and turned his basically launched an investigation into his own father. Probably wouldn't have gone over well with the family. And then later on ended up working for, basically as a spy, and from what we can tell was probably a pretty brutal person. His interrogation, between his interrogation techniques and his, willingness to burn an entire house down with children inside just to get information that, he could have gone about other ways to try and get. Now, of course, as an interrogator, that's going to be the best way to do it, is to go for something that's really going to get to a person. But, he's a sick bastard, basically. But we also learned that his name, he was referred to as the Butcher, so he is a pretty brutal guy, I would assume. And so when we finally, as I was saying, when it came to Richard, Richard, I think, had a conscience. And that's what he essentially did. The idea of what happened is that Richard survived that, but he, like they said, he was in a vegetative state, and they made the comment that he kind of shattered his soul. Well, in this case, that wasn't there. So I was a little bit off on that. He didn't really send him away, so to speak. I'm assuming when he got pulled out of Henry's mind, he hit him pretty hard. He was able to get out and hit him pretty hard. And I would assume Henry probably died, and that this is what was left. The Hound was left. Or maybe Henry didn't die. I don't know. The idea I had is I assumed that they had to die in order for the entity to go away, or they had to move on. But I suppose the entity is kind of like a spirit version, so it can probably stay behind. But so I'm assuming at that point Henry's probably dead, and the Hound was what was left of him in the spirit world. And so, as before I said, I figured Marianne was probably going to end up encountering it. I know I've played this before, but keep in mind that it's not fresh in mind, so I do forget things. And I'm digging more into the story, now than I ever have before. And so she's, of course, the one that sends it away. So, leaving us, at the Red House, basically, because we've got to explore the kind of tool shed and the garage, but we haven't really been into the Red House yet. And the kind of jaw dropper of all things there, if you hadn't been picking up on it, there's not a lot of clues, but there is one glaring one. When he said, when he got away from Henry, the house is in flames, and then, he calls out two names, Lily, and I believe we did hear something suggesting she was alive, and Mary Ann. So revealing that if you had to kind of put two and two together, Mary Ann is his daughter. Now, that does draw back, if you go back to the previous playthrough, we just learned in the previous part that Thomas was a medium. We didn't really know that going into this, but I would say if you kind of look at the way their powers are, and if you think about this as a hereditary thing, you might think, oh, father and daughter would probably make the most sense given the age difference between them, because this is going quite a ways back in time. So I don't think it would be a far-fetched thing to jump to the idea that they were related to each other, because we know, how else would he have known about her? Clearly he knew who she was. We found the picture of her here. They have very similar abilities. There's differences, but they have very similar abilities. So why not a father-daughter relationship? I think that was probably the most glaring thing that I would say would connect them. Otherwise, I didn't think there was much of a connection before that, and I wouldn't have jumped to that. But I mean, to me, that was kind of a big pointer towards that. The other thing that brings up in my mind, if you go back to early points in the game, I think this was when we were still back, possibly at the funeral home. I don't remember. Somewhere along the way, we got a document, and I want to say it was probably at the funeral home, about Mary Ann, about her having burns on her body. So I think that would explain why. She didn't die in the fire. Obviously, we're her. But that would explain why she had burns on her body. She probably got burned in the house fire set by Henry. Now, where does Mary Ann stand in this? Is she, what age would she have been at this time? She doesn't remember this, which would make me think she's young, probably younger than Lily, or Sadness, if keep in mind those are the same person. Sadness looks pretty young as far as we can see in the spirit world. Did she die in the fire or not? Why are we seeing her in the spirit world? Because it sounded like she survived. The first name he called out was Lily, and if somebody got out of the fire, and if Mary Ann's too young, you would think that Lily, and I don't know, did we hear Lily's voice? I don't know if I heard that or if it was just Henry calling out their names, because it sounded like he saw something, like he saw them or something like that. But maybe she did die. We'll have to kind of see how that played out. But to me, the way they played that off is like they were both alive, is how it seemed. Until we go further, who knows? Like I said, Sadness in the spirit world, Sadness looks pretty young, so guess we gotta move on to figure that out. So, anyways, but that is where we're going to close things out. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Firebird, Bree, and Clint, and I will see you all later.